Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Steph, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys an FYI before you buy on the Skims cotton jersey t-shirt and long sleeve. I'm wearing the t-shirt in bone, and I also have my long sleeve in bone to show you guys so it's the same color, and I got these at the same time as well. I also have two long sleeves in a like kind of pinky color and an orangey color, but those are a little bit older, so I'll talk about kind of them versus these, but also because they're not neutral basics, for lack of a better word. I don't really wear them as frequently, so I thought it would be better to do the two, like talk about the two that I have that were bought at the same time that I have worn almost equally. Probably I wear the t-shirt a bit more, but I want to do that comparison for you, and then I'll touch on the kind of older ones and how I feel like they're wearing and stuff after 2 years of kind of less frequent use, if that makes sense. So to start, the t-shirt is $80 Canadian and the long sleeve is $94 Canadian. These are expensive, okay? So bear with me, we'll talk about it. I want to come out with the price first because obviously at this price point, this is not everybody's cup of tea. Now, I'll explain my thoughts later. So some basic info first. These range from XX to 4XL, which is a 9 size range. Pretty good. I feel like Skims does a really good job on the large side and double XS. I think she could go down to a triple XS if I'm being honest, but double is pretty good, but really she does do a great job on the other side. And I always find that with their stock and everything, yes, the larger sizes do sell out slightly faster than the mid-range sizes, but where I actually feel like they sell out the most first is in mid-sizing, so like 6, 8, 10, that kind of like the midsection of the more traditional historical standard. Not actual mid of her size range, but I feel like mediums and larges sell out first, and then smalls, and then usually 4X and 3X also sell out pretty quickly, and then the periphery ones are kind of less. So I think she does a good job. The team does a good job stocking sizes. I don't want to attribute 100% of the credit to Kim, but they do a great job with making sure that there are access to sizes and good sizing, and Skims is one of the few companies that I feel like I never really gripe about size inclusivity on, in terms of, because of the clothing and what they're making. One, there's a lot of stretch and leeway and give in their clothing, so it's not as like, it's not like tailored clothing where you really do need to have a very broad range in terms of, you know, like a 10, 12, 13 size range to make sure that everybody from 00 all the way up to, you know, a 16, 18, 20, etc. are covered, because it's harder for people who are in between sizing or outside of the standard straight sizing. And the standard straight sizing would be like an extra small to an extra large sort of thing, or like a 0 to 4-6, like the very typical what we're used, like what we have historically always seen a lot of. Now there's a lot more sizes on the periphery, but that kind of, I want to just say like the original older kind of historical like standard size chart, right? Now, and then there is plus size and there is petites, but I do love that at Skims they don't differentiate. It's just one big size range. Now for like petite and tall, which are inseam differentials, there definitely could be a little bit more inseam differential, but I do like companies where instead of like Reformation has a lot of sizing. They have petites, they have large, or sorry, they have ES, which I think is extended sizing. They have, I think, tall options for certain pants and stuff. But like, especially with the ES sizing and the petite, like they don't carry every style and every color in those sizing. And also, especially with the ES sizing, Ref really falls to this, is they change the design for the ES sizing where like if something is a tank top, they'll add a sleeve, or if something is tube, they'll actually fundamentally change the structure of the design. It'll be the same print, it'll be a similar silhouette, but it will be adjusted. I think some people like this, but I'm of the personal belief, if you are going to offer extended sizing, that the extended sizing should be for the piece, like the main pieces that you're carrying. I don't believe that there should be a different line. I think if you are going to make a different line, then make it be different and have it really address the need. Not what you think the need is or what conventionally has been done to make something extended. So I think Skims does a great job because there's not that differentiator. Everything is one line. Everything on the Skims website would be a straight size. If we're looking at it that way, everything is their regular line. Nothing is petite, nothing is extended, nothing is plus, all of it. And I love that because honestly, for me personally as a consumer, I like that everything is one SKU, and I like that everything is one size range, one size chart. You're not shopping a different line or a different section of the website, or not having access to colors, styles, whatever it is. I like that it's one line and it's an inclusive line for me personally. What the website says these are a form-fitting, ultra-flattering long sleeve tee that is perfect for everyday wear, made of cool, comfortable stretch cotton. This will be your new loungewear staple. Under fit and fabric, it says it's a fitted crew neck t-shirt, special pitch stick for added design detail, 90% cotton, 10% spandex. Machine wash cold, do not bleach, tumble dry low and cold. Okay, so this is skin tight. But what I love about Skims, and I honestly, you can have your opinions on the founder or whatever, but the company itself, A, does a great job with the sizing, and B, does a great job with the diversity of their models. You can find on either their Instagram page or on their website models of almost every size in the clothing. You can see women who fall in the double extra small, medium, large, extra large, double X, triple X, quadruple X, whatever it is, and they disclose what they're wearing, and they're actively showing women with different body shapes, types, everything, that they're also very racially diverse in their models. So you can also see what different colors look like on different skin tones. And they have so many different colors, especially if you're looking at their bra and underwears, like their actual like undergarments. So many shades. She also addresses warm tone, cool tone, all of that. She does a really great job with that. So one of the few companies where I generally have very little to say in terms of like if I'm like of their diversity, of their accessibility, of their inclusivity, because I think they have really thought of a lot of it. They even have adaptable underwear and stuff for those who are differently abled. So I can't say enough good things about that. Anyways, so yeah, fitted shirt. You can see this on a ton of different body types if you're looking through their socials and if you're looking through their website, which I love. This shirt itself is also cut very similar. They have a very similar cut across a lot of their basic t-shirts. This, the fits everybody, and the seamless one, I forget exactly what it's called, are all very similar shapes in terms of the silhouette that they're giving. And you can very easily look through all of those as well to see how they look on different body types and different people, and that just makes life as a shopper very easy, especially if you are a part of a size group that has historically not been included or not been represented in promotional kind of photography and in this like on-site product shots, right? I love that. Going back to how tight-fitted it is, don't be afraid that it's tight-fitted. It's a very, very stretchy, very comfortable fabric. Where I would think the most points of discomfort would be if you are in between sizes is going to be in the armpit area. Now, I've mentioned this a couple videos, but I'm going to mention it again. I do feel like I have a little bit of wider arms for my frame, and I definitely have like long, like this section, I always get pinched with the armpit and the armpit fat. These I don't. There's tons of stretch, tons of room, but it all stays very like fitted and sleek, just the way the fabric is. And also the seams have good stretch in them. Sometimes you will know that the fabric may be stretchy, but the seams themselves, the way they're constructed, have very little give and very little stretch. That's not the case here, so don't worry about it. If you are in between sizing, you can go up or down, though probably up would always just be more comfortable in this situation. But because it's such a fitted material, you're not going to feel drowned in fabric, but you will be comfortable. I love the necklines here. They're high, but they don't hit you right here in the soft spot, which for me, if I have something pressing on this and like in too tight, it really makes me uncomfortable. None of that here. These, I feel like the shoulders fit quite nicely. They look really just, it looks so kind of cinched in, even though it's not, it's very comfortable. And then the sleeves are the right length in my opinion. They're not too short, they're not too long. They hit perfectly where I feel like it's very flattering. And for comfort wise, there's just enough fabric so you're not feeling like your pit is out. Sometimes with t-shirts, you know, when they have like little shorter sleeves, they really like cut right in at the bottom. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. It looks a little bit like cap sleevey. This doesn't. There's definitely solid fabric here. And of course, you guys know my favorite length of t-shirt is a like waist length t-shirt. These hit me right at the bottom of my waist slash like right at the top of the hips. It's perfect, it's streamlined. You guys will see in the cutouts going with these how long they actually sit on me. But I find that this is the perfect, most versatile length of t-shirt, in my opinion, in the world. Because if I want, I can kind of like scrunch them up a little bit. They sit a little bit higher. I can have them ride up, or I pull them tight, tuck them into something high-waisted, and they sit perfectly. They sit nicely. It's just perfection. The only thing I would have to say is if you're wearing jeans, and you know how jeans kind of like gape at the back when you sit down sometimes, depending on like the fabric of the denim, it does show a little bit of skin sometimes, so just keep that in mind. But overall, for like 99% of the occasions that I'm wearing a t-shirt, I find that they're kind of perfection. All right, so on price, I think that they're quite expensive. There are a ton of dupes out there, but me personally, I like the Skims, I trust the Skims. I haven't really delved into any dupes. There are similar sort of shaped t-shirts, of course, but in terms of the stretch retention in these, I haven't found anything that stays as soft and as comfortable and as stretchy. So this is totally to each their own, and if you want to spend this or not. I think they're worth it because I've had these ones for about a year. Like I said, I wear this t-shirt a lot. I probably wear them at least once a week, if I'm being honest with you guys. I wear them so much, so I am just constantly washing them. They wash beautifully, they wear beautifully, they're just perfection. Now, I want to say something. Because of the material, because of the cotton, in the armpit area, especially on the long sleeve, because there's just so much more fabric, but like right here on this guy, there's a tiny bit of pilling. With any sort of soft sort of touch material like this, like, you know, like that jersey sort of, not silky jersey, but like this cotton, anything kind of like anything itself that is soft but doesn't have a lot of slip to it, I sort of just expect some pilling, and that's just because of the nature of the fabric. It's gonna rub, it's gonna chafe, there's no slip, there's no slide, right? It's not like the Wonder Most or the cotton or the contour that I talked about a couple videos ago. those are really silky, slippery fabrics. These are not. These are very soft, they're very cozy, they're very comfortable, but that rubbing together, it's going to chafe. So just keep that in mind and be careful of what fabrics you wear with it and what fabrics you rub up against it, because definitely if you brush something like Velcro or something across, it's definitely going to pull. It's not going to be resistant to that. But it's not a lot. It's not too bad. It is just the nature of that cotton jersey kind of fabric. A lot of t-shirts will do that if they have that softer. Like my Sunday Best little ribbed t-shirt, which I think cut-wise is very similar, but very different fabric, very stiff. Well, not stiff, but it's very thick and sits a little bit more structured on the body. That also has pilled in places the exact same way because it's a very similar kind of like finish and texture. But these, so soft, so comfortable, they're so stretchy, which is why, like, if you're between sizes and you want that this sort of tighter t-shirt, it's just perfect for that, I think. And I really think that it just has like just the look to it. It's casual, but it's crisp enough to work for semi like business casual. I've definitely worn it with, you know, I wear these with leather pants, I wear them with jeans, I wear them with skirts, I just wear them with pretty much everything. I don't have a lot of kind of formal business attire events to wear, you know, too, but even then I think this with the proper rise trouser or skirt and a blazer, totally fine. I do think it's super versatile, super comfortable. I really enjoy them. I think you can't go wrong with these, except for the price. Me personally, I'm going to give them a 10 out of 10. I know that they're expensive, but I only have this one for the t-shirt, and I just reach for it all the time. And I think given that I reach for it all the time, I wash it so much, I wear it so much, I put so much, like, it under so many things, over it, like whatever, don't put it over things. But I just wear it so much and it still looks, you know, new, it still wears beautifully, it fits, it does what I need it to do, it's flattering. Like, I think it's worth it. Now, obviously, if it's not your cup of tea, like, hit up a dupe for sure. If it is your cup of tea, I don't think you can go wrong. The one thing about these shirts is that when they do sell out, they do take a little bit of time to restock, and they're kind of hard to get your hands on all the time, especially if you're missing that kind of restock window. They will restock them and they will be in stock for a good while. Like, I think they were in stock for a couple months. I just didn't get around to picking them up because I was in a low buy and decluttering my wardrobe, and now I'm moving on to really ironing out my basics and like the fundamentals of my wardrobe. And so I've kind of missed that window where a lot of colors are out of stock, but that's okay because it's a slow acquisition process. You can get them on like Nordstrom, Essence, Net-a-Porter. I think Harrods also has them, if I'm not mistaken. It's Harrods or Selfridges. One of the English department stores has them. So there are places to get it. Holt Renfrew has them, but they don't have all the colors, all the sizes, and that sort of stuff, especially for limited edition. And I do find that once it sells out on the Skims website, it usually does mean, especially Essence. Essence has like very limited stock for some things for some reason. It is hard to get your hands on them, but they do restock, don't worry. But it is just a little bit hard to get your hands on some of the core colors, especially at this time of year with like the blacks and the grays. But you know, it's okay. Sometimes it's okay to have the $90 t-shirts out of stock, and that's in Canadian dollars, by the way. It's definitely less in American and USD. But I personally would recommend these if you are looking to invest in a basic and you like this kind of fit and style and the comfort. I think they're worth it for that. I personally, like I keep saying, I wear them so much, and I still right now, knock on wood, have not really had a ton of wear and tear. Like, the pilling is based on the material expected. You can't get around that. If you wanted to not pill, then probably one of the more slippery materials, like a Fits Everybody or the seamless cinching one, whatever that one is, might be better for you. I'll do a review on the Fits Everybody, and I want to get the seamless one because I want to compare it against the Aritzia kind of dupe for it, and I want to see, so we'll work on that. But yeah, if you guys are interested in this, I think they're worth a shot. If you can go feel them in real life, go and determine if this level of softness and like texture, they're not fuzzy soft, they're t-shirt soft, if that makes sense. But yeah, overall I really like them and I can't say enough good things. So yeah, that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.